This is definitely the first one we ever made. Matt. Is this? Oh no, this is the third harbinger we ever met.
Of course,
The
of
traveler.
course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It's been a while for now.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
The 11 harbingers. Jeez. So this is the knave, the head of the House of Heart, and the lineage sibling's father. Since it certainly does not seem easy to do it. Yeah, I don't think he can do anything against. Greetings, pleasure to meet you
I've
too.
already prepared seats for you.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited
cheesecake.
type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
She seemed friendly enough, but that can't be all there is to her. The knave is forced to be reckoned with, and I should be very cautious, yeah.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
It is good, it's good. It's quite tasty, I think.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
Wait, Child should have no reason to have something like that.
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
Yeah, the acting part's really... Okay, yeah, Traveler can see this is acting. I have faith in his ability.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Frina looks quite nervous. There must be some kind of bad blood between her and the knave.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Neuvilllette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Neuvilllette.
I managed to find a few leads on his whereabouts.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Yeah, it's just been a while. Okay, why is Frina scared?
Well, in any case, there's no need to...
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Meripede.
Yeah, where he would gone if it would leave.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Oh now there goes the act.
Well...
Oh no, Paimon 7 just left us by the
The
one.
fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
We do not. And the water pressure down there must have been very extreme. But there was also no evidence that he's been injured or killed.
Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too
Tonya.
long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on... Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it something like that?
Yeah, Child is pretty sweet to his family. He's turning up the pressure. I'm not sure I'll be able to convince her, but I can necessarily shock her from Frina. That sounds good to me, yes.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded.
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
Oh.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Straight to the point. Okay, no more small talk. Okay, come on. Neuvilllette, you're strong, you can control water.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Okay, let's see what's the Udex Fontaine. The actual Hydro Archon. He really should have been the Archon. I expected an Archon to be this strong. Oh? Nothing? Oh. Jeez, look at that. Oh.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day.
Jeez. Ooh.
This ancient
look at-
power could easily obliterate an
that.
entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe.
Whoa. Jeez.
This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
What does that mean? I'm curious right now. Okay, that was awesome too. Okay, yeah, Neuvilllette is so strong. Meanwhile, Ferdinand here is just getting scared in a tea party.
All right. Seems like the problem...
Let me guess. We're safe.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It wasn't...
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now?
So what gift must the loser give?
He already...
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke.
Okay.
Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know...
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
Oh no. That's also signs of bad news. Okay, so that's what's happening down there.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house, Miss Farina. As the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives.
Ooh,
Allow
that's
me to speak to
scary.
you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable?
Yeah, I'm with the knave here. There's really nice, really disappointing me.
The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
Okay, that's scary. Pretty nice. I'm gonna be
You're
happy with that.
wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
Oh yeah, it did say that we just leave the Hydroarchon weeping on the thrones.
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me.
Okay, but what is it?
Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on
That doesn't sound very reassuring.
I will be able to hold my head up high.
Fernanda is acting like her just left. She's usually seriously refuting the knave position. She means what she says. She's not putting up on the front.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina,
Yeah,
just
but-
what have you been working
Yeah,
on?
what exactly?
Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
So was that all a lie, or can she really not tell us? She was so full of conviction and confidence just now. But now she's deflated like a pop balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
You can tell me then, what is it, Frida?
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
Yeah, come on, Frida, what?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal?
To judge people?
And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium.
Oh, that was the voice that Linny was hearing?
But
Yes,
even
it was
if that
complete.
had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvilllette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. please keep it a secret for me?
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please.
These aren't topics that I can speak about. I don't even know what Neuvilllette Pass was. If I had to guess, he probably went on to deal with the surging from the sea, but didn't really deal with it all by himself. And is Farina being truthful or not?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise. You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will...
The name persisted saying stopping and bring up number of signal, but the atmosphere was very more and more relaxed.
Oh, Paimon's super...
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing...
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea.
Huh. Really, just stick the what is calling what is that called? Just slowly calming the situation with it.
It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day?
We
Very
didn't
well.
get anything
We'll end it here.
except
Mind seeing me
Farina
off,
not knowing anything.
Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss child before I must be on my way.
Of course. I'm scared. I'm scared. What does she want? Okay, Farina.
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined. Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
Why did I do something? You're the Hydra icon. Oh, I forgot we're at the opera house. Wait. Was there this room in the opera house this whole time? Oh, I haven't looked at the opera house in a while. Oh, it sounds really nice with headphones on. Like the sound effect, the sound effect of it. Oh yeah, it does sound really nice. The water tone, the look. Okay. Oh, we cannot do anything. We can just. Oh, we cannot switch. Okay. I'm scared.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's what Paimon thought.
Okay, what do you want to say?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
Oh, okay. I don't want to get on the knave path side. I think that's scary. There's no need. I don't think that's what you want to talk about.
Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children.
Is there nothing else that you want to say?
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them. Especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me.
Yeah, that's the flaw on Vinny.
By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Farina?
Not good.
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meropide.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused?
Forget
it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting some—
Do you require help with any—
No need. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Yeah, it's mostly Neuvilllette that does all the work.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you!
Oh, she was spying on her? Ooh, I wish you got this outfit. Oh, that would be so nice.
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious.
Yeah, is she a bait, possibly? Like, she's just there for, like, protection reason to not see the actual Hydro Archon? Like, distraction?
Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed.
Oh, is she gonna attack? What? She actually attacked? No, the cat!
It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon.
Oh.
In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please
God.
don't kill me! I'm begging you, please!
Hydro Archon, everybody. Look at she. Look at how amazing she is. This is like opposite of Raiden. Come on. I really want to believe that Quina is actually super strong. She's just sacrificed herself with something, so now she just left with like this. Kind of like Lucarifata with Nahida.
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake.
Yeah, she's just a child.
There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon.
That's what I've been saying.
Perhaps
And the Neuvilllette is
Neuvillette's
actually...
Neuvilllette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvilllette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Which is the Fortress of Meropide.
Father.
My dear children.
News from the Fortress of Meropide. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience, and continue my investigation of Farina and Eudex Neuvilllette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the Fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
Okay, yeah, that's basically that basically just confirms everything.
You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
Sort of just scratch, I think.
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Eudex Neuvilllette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
Yeah, why does it seem so?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Eudex Neuvilllette or Farina,
Okay,
neither
I
fits
see.
the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon.
So there's a specific conduct, like how an Archon acts, and none of them fits. But I think Neuvilllette fits that pretty
Of
well.
course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Story quest, probably. Neuvilllette?
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up.
Neuvilllette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina.
Maybe ask what happened down there?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal the sluice gate.
As for what happened on our side, you tell regarding the happenings at the party of Neuvilllette.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
I think I get what she wants. The Arlecchino, the knave. The motive is simple. Just wanted to know what is the heck happening with Farina and this Fontaine Archon. So just like us. So there's really no enemies here, sort of. We're all on the same side. And we still doesn't know where Child went. Can I ask you some questions?
Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back this primordial sea. Does that mean you have some deeper connection with the Hydro Archon?
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a
Come on, give
speculation
us
on
some
our part,
backstory.
though. You can't
Didn't deny
tell
it either?
us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
Yeah, stop playing secret. Come on, just stop.
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
What did you sense in the Fortress of Meripede? Did you manage to protect those that needed to be defended?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be
Another?
upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
The Hydra Dragon. You learn for that. You can't be.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon sovereign of water.
The dragon?
Oh right, yes, he's a dragon.
What?
So, but she's not really the Hydro Archon. So who's? Is Furina really the Hydro Archon?
Huh?
Why is it so? Why is it so surprising, Paimon?
Please do not be so surprised.
He's really strong, so of course he's gonna be the dragon. Fit, are you listening?
My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right?
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course.
Well,
We'll
what does
definitely
that
help you
mean,
keep
though?
it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
That's a stupid question, Paimon. If he could, then he would he would have done it already by now.
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
Oh? So Archon is part of the dragon?
There are
Huh?
7 elemental
What?
archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
Okay, who's the dragon and Liyue? In Sumeru it's Apep. In in Sumeru it's Yae. The Miko. Wait, it's not. Is it really Miko? Sort of the dragons. It's more like a fox.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even...
I still have some urgent matters to attend to.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that
Sure, see you
Paimon
later,
wants to go.
Neuvilllette.
We'll see you another time.
Take care.
That doesn't really mean anything. To represent the modern constitution. Okay, we got a backtick person. Why? Ooh, this looks really pretty. Guess I still Act 4. And where's the camera? No, it's not here. Oh, here it's on top. How did I miss that? One.